Hey you guys, it's Tracy. Oh my goodness, it's been way too long. I have missed talking to you, but hopefully I am back. Goodness, there's so much to share with you about what's been going on and why you haven't heard from me as much in the last week or so. I'm sorry that I missed my way in from last week. Where to start? I want to fill you in with kind of where I've been and what's going on. A lot has changed since the last time we spoke. Last time we spoke, I had started keto. It was proving to be a very, very good move for me. I think I was down 4 pounds, 4.8 pounds actually. And I'm sorry, I think I left my my Weight Watchers book at home. So anyway, I'm out and about, but I wanted to get this video out because I want to get back on track and get back to taping and talking to you guys. Anyway, so since then, the first week that I started with keto was the very first week that I met with a holistic doctor. So she was good with me doing keto, and so was I. That was my first week and I had lost weight. By the second week, my gallbladder went crazy. I've had problems in the past, and I was in severe pain. So the first week, like I said, I did keto. Everything was going great. Keto was a wonderful, wonderful thing for me. I love eating that way. But my gallbladder couldn't handle the amount of fat that it had to process. Not only the fat that I was burning and metabolizing, but the excess fat that the keto plan requires for you to eat. So we had to make the decision to switch back. A little side note, I did try to do a liver cleanse, which I've done in the past, and it worked very well. All of my pain in my gallbladder went away the first time that I did the liver cleanse. But this time I did it a little differently, and because I was eating keto and already flooding my body with a lot of fat, the cleanse and the way it's set up to work out didn't work. So after doing the cleanse, I was still in severe pain. So my holistic doctor changed my way of eating from keto. And I'm grateful, but I wasn't very happy about that because it was working. I was finally seeing some weight loss on the scale. But my gallbladder was killing me. Literally, my pain level was like a 12 on the scale of 1 to 10. And so we are now doing the Repair-Vite diet or way of eating to heal a lot of things that are going on in my body right now. So this Repair-Vite diet is pretty much like the autoimmune protocol, if you're aware of any of that. There is a lot of things that are taken out, like nuts and seeds. Surprisingly, a lot of keto is on this diet, which is very exciting. However, because of my gallbladder issues and trying to heal that, the excess fat, I can't do it. So a lot of the things that I'd grown accustomed to that I really enjoy, like the avocado, like coconut oils and coconut products. You can have coconut yogurts and things like that, but that's going to be too heavy of a load fat-wise on my gallbladder. So we are working to heal up my gallbladder. I was also diagnosed as functionally hypothyroid, so that would explain a lot of my concerns and issues with why I was going hard with Weight Watchers and Zumba and all of the wonderful things I was doing for my body and had only lost 15 pounds in 6 months. So I'm not happy that that's what's going on, but it does really help me mentally and emotionally to know that there is something in my body happening, to keep me from having the success that I would have liked to have seen. So I am on a treatment plan for the next 16 weeks with her. We are doing enzyme therapy. There are things that I do therapy-wise in the doctor's visits that I go to. It's a pricey program, but I feel like it's the best thing for me right now. We'll still be going to Weight Watchers. It's a little, well, I won't say that it's difficult. It was difficult this week to do the plan, the Repair Vite plan, because it was such a shock to me to go from keto and high fat, you know, the heavy meats and, you know, coconut products and that type of thing, to what felt like nothing, because it's, you know, if you know the autoimmune protocol or paleo, minus the nuts and seeds, things like that, it just seemed like a lot to be gone. And so my doctor kind of recommended to just do a lot of broths and vegetables and stuff. Well, I mean, can you imagine if I only ate broth and vegetables all day? That's not going to be very many points. So for right now, I don't want to stop doing Weight Watchers for the emotional part of it. I love my meetings. I love the accountability of weighing in at that scale as well. And so for as long as I can make it work, I will. And I am going to try to get back to taping my food, my videos, although it will be very different. It's not going to be all the yummy, wonderful, you know, things that maybe everybody else can eat, but it may help somebody as well who is struggling in the way that I am, to know how to incorporate super clean, super healthy foods into the Weight Watchers program. So, weight update. It's one of those things, guys, that this has been, my body baffles me, and that's why I'm going to see the holistic doctor that I am on the very first week. So like I said, when I first checked back in with you guys, I had started keto, and it was the first 9 days that I had done keto, and I was down 4.8 pounds. And actually it was more than that, because the week before that I was down 1.6, I think it was. So on 9 days of doing keto, I had lost 1.6 and then 4.8. So that's over 5 pounds. It's like 6 pounds. For me, you guys know, I don't lose 6 pounds in 2 months. So that was pretty exciting. I was excited to have found something that worked. But then I had to go off of keto because my gallbladder went crazy. And the week that I went off keto, I was up 1.2. And that was very hard for me psychologically, because I wasn't eating anything. I mean, I literally wasn't eating much of anything at all. So I thought, if anything, I'll just keep going from there and, you know, just lose from there, because surely it feels like a, you know, it feels like a detox, which is really what it was. So to be up on the scale was really like, really. So this week, like I said, I'm on what is pretty much like autoimmune protocol. I think I made some mistakes, not in how I ate, but the fact that for the first 3 days I was so freaked out about not eating the right things that I only ate about 500 calories. Plus, doing enzyme therapy, there were 2 days this week that I had over 100 supplements to take over a course of time. So if you can imagine taking that many pills and drinking that much water, you're not very hungry at all. So it was very hard to eat, really. And so there were 3 days this week that I only got about maybe 500 to 800 calories. And that wasn't directed by the doctor. So I was not told to restrict anything calorie-wise or anything like that. That was just giving me a form telling me what types of foods I could eat, but I was just kind of freaked out. So as I began to eat more of the foods that I was supposed to eat, the weight, like my weight kind of shot back up at the beginning of the week when I stopped eating practically. Crazy body of mine. And then as it started tapering down. So today when I went to Weight Watchers, I was still up, which once again, I'm just like, how can you barely eat and gain weight? That's the frustrating thing about this body of mine, and why we know that there are some issues that need to be healed. So I was up again today, another 1.8 pounds. I'm going to assume, coming off of keto, you have to understand that, like with keto, you are changing your body over from burning glycogen to burning fat for fuel. So in that process, your fat cells release the water that's been holding. So a lot of that 4.8 was water loss from my fat cells. So when I went back to eating some carbohydrates in the forms of fruits and vegetables, that water weight probably came back on as well. I can tell you guys though that this week I saw some pictures that were taken of myself, and I could see a difference in my body. So I truly believe that it is just water weight, because especially around my middle, I mean, I've been pretty much detoxing for the past 2 weeks. So my middle section I can see differences there. So I'm excited about that. I'm just going to walk this out. And I wanted to share with you guys what's going on with me, because this is part of the journey. You know, the way I see it, everybody is so different. And some people can jump on a program, find the right thing that works for them, and keep on heading down the scale. And I long to be that person at times, but I'm so happy to be the person that says, I am committed to my body. I am going to do whatever it takes. So I would like to encourage you, if you are struggling and you have the ability to, get yourself checked out. Because the one thing that I'm very excited about is going the holistic route. I have had humongous blood panels done. I have another test here that I have to go take. It's just, I've sent off 2 tests already. We're waiting to hear back. But everything from wheat sensitivity, gluten sensitivity, you know, your estrogen, your progesterone, all your hormone levels, all those things play a huge part. So find out. Don't just assume that you're doing things wrong or that your body is just broken and you can't fix it. If you have the ability to look into it and, you know, see what you can make happen. So, yeah, so that's what I'm dealing with. Functional hypothyroid. I have a lot of chronic inflammation going on in my body. And so the things, and there's some other things too, nothing bad, just don't want to sit here and put everything, my whole health situation out on the internet. But it's all things that everybody deals with, you know, things like possible leaky gut, you know, healing all those things that you may not really think to work on. So we're working on all those things and treating them with natural regimens and food is medicine. So with that said, so my weight, like I said, was back up a little bit this week. I have gained back 3 pounds of the 4.8 that I lost. So I really want to see that move in the right direction. But most importantly to me right now is getting these health issues solved, getting my gallbladder healed up, because I cannot live in that pain. I will tell you, after a week and a half now of treatments, my gallbladder pain that was at a 12 is at like a low 2 right now. So it's working. And so we're gonna keep trudging along to heal. But believe it or not, gallbladder issues, just for those of you who this might all register for you too, gallbladder issues play a part in your thyroid functioning. So it's kind of amazing to watch and see how the different things that are out of order in my body are affecting other things. The inflammation, you know, infection, that type of thing, all play a part as to whether your body can even be bothered with trying to burn fat. That's pretty much what my doctor said. With everything that's going on in my body that has nothing to do with a single thing to do with the food that I'm putting in my mouth, there's other stuff, long-term issues that don't have to do with diet and exercise, but they have to do with inflammation levels, infection levels, you know, all kinds of things that you might not think about, sensitivities to different types of foods. When your body is overtaxed with trying to get those inflammation levels down, it's not worried about burning fat. That's like one of the last things that it's concerned with, but it's concerned most with healing your body. So anyway, that's an update for me. I'm so very exciting. That huge project that I had with school is over. It went amazing, you guys, amazing, beyond what we could expect. That school project actually for us is going to develop into an actual business / ministry, and we made history with my school. We are the first presentation group that was actually funded when we presented. It's absolutely amazing. Our leadership of our school very much got behind the idea, and we had an anonymous donor on our panel that is going to match our first grant. That when we apply for a grant and get funding, they're going to match the first $1,000 that we receive. So that is like crazy amazing. We are so stoked. So all this craziness and weight and pressure and all that we've gone through this last school year has really become worth it. So, and I'm very excited. I will be done completely with school. I mean, it's pretty much like done already, but I have like one more class, night of classes, and then that following Tuesday will be just a very basic test. Our tests are usually very strenuous, and this one, they said, is like 16 questions and just not very much to think about. So I'm done, and I'll graduate with my second bachelor's degree in July. So I'm super excited about that. So life is changing once again, but the most important thing right now is getting this body healed up and not pushing myself and not buying into any hype or craziness, but focusing on real and true healing. So that's where I've been. You will see a whole lot more of me now, and I'm just excited to be back. So thanks to all who have sent little notes and said, hey, how are you and how's keto doing? Want to know if it worked out. That means so much to me, and hopefully that's a great explanation. So I hope you all are doing well and the scale is being kind to you, and I'll see you really soon. Thanks for watching.
If you've enjoyed this video and the way I see it, please like, comment, and be sure to subscribe. I love having you around. We'll see you tomorrow.